No, I don't like myself. I do like myself, actually. I like myself a lot. I look like a ray of fucking sunshine today. I tanned last night. I feel like I should be laying on the beach under the 35-degree fucking UV rays that are going to give me melanoma. But I'm inside instead, sitting down with you guys, and I'm going to film a recommendation video. Do we want specific trope recommendation videos back on my channel? That's what I used to do on my channel all the time. Then I stopped. I stopped being a reader that read romances based on their tropes. And I used to go through phases where I'd just binge age gap, binge mafia. Now I just like dabble in everything all at once. Most of the time I don't even pick up a romance novel based on its trope. Like, I fully love being a blind reader. Like, I just dive in and hope for the fucking best. This has been highly requested here on my channel, so I thought I would sit down today and film my favorite age gap romances that I have read recently. And when I mean recently, I mean over the past couple of years. I love a fictional age gap, bitch. I love a forbidden age gap. I love a taboo age gap. I love the age gap reversed as well. There's something just so swoony about an age gap romance, and adding an age gap to a romance just creates the most delicious angst you'll ever fucking read. It really highlights the connection between the fictional couple, and it's such a fucking vibe. It is. And I often like my age gaps to have a bit of a slow burn, not too slow burny like Mariana Zapata, because we know I don't have the attention span for that. Now, these are random AF. I went through Goodreads and I was like, okay, let's pick out my faves that I've read over the past couple of years to add to my favorites of all time. So we know Birthday Girl, Hush Hush by Lucia Franco, some of my favorite age gaps that have been written so deliciously well. No one can compare, bitch. So without further ado, let's get into this video. And drop a comment below this video and let me know what trope you want me to explore next, babes. I can dip into my archive and have a look. This is me flicking files in a archive. And by archive, I mean my brain. I'm going to shout out this one right here, this baddie, this absolute fucking masterpiece, if I do say so myself, even though I've recommended this in almost every video recently. If you've never read Jennifer Hartman before, you're missing out for one, because she is the ultimate taboo, forbidden, age gap, angsty romance author you'll come across. She just knows how to do the age gap trope so fucking well, because here's the thing with the age gap trope. Listen to me. Don't tell me fibs. You agree with me, I know. There has to be a tiny bit of an ick to it for it to work. There has to be a tiny bit of a, oh, you guys really shouldn't fucking be doing this, to the age gap romance for it to hit real hard. This one's the prime example. Older by Jennifer Hartman. Oh my fucking god. I randomly picked it up on a whim. I saw it when it was released and I was like, I'm tracking you, baby. My eyes are tracking you. You're gonna land on my Kindle very soon. But it took me a while to actually pick it up, because that's what happens to me, okay? I have a TBR as long as the hairs of my fucking chin that I pluck out every 3 days. Yeah. So it took me a while to get around to this novel, but I'm glad that I read it when I did. I read it after I had read something that slumped me, and this slumped me again straight after. But it was the best 24 hours I had ever spent. Older is about Hallie or Haley. I cannot remember off the top of my head how it's pronounced, if it's Haley or Hallie. But it's about this young girl who is chilling at a house party. She's sitting outside one night and she's looking at the fucking moon and stars, bitch. And she's actually sitting in like a lake of some sort, kicking her feet, just like daydreaming. She's a bit interesting. She's a bit odd. When Reed rocks up to this party looking for his daughter. Now they end up having a conversation, and straight out the gate, there is chemistry and tension and like eye contact. The goosebumps, baby, they're happening. Anticipation is building at their spine. I personally knew nothing about this book before I went into it. So if you do want to read this, just based on what I said then, without any minor spoilers, then click past to the next recommendation, because I'm about to tell you guys out there that want a little bit more than that. This is, warning, this is a best friend's dad trope, but we don't know that at the start. And when Reed meets Hallie, she lies to him about her age. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. It was so fucking good. I was sitting on the edge of my seat like, damn, you two need to get together. There needs to be some penetration. Yeah. There needs to be nails raked right fucking now. Like, it was just delectable. Is that a word? Delectable? I think so. I like to refer to romances as something edible. Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate. Girlfriend, sit the fuck down for this silver fox because he's about to eat you up. You're not going to eat him up. He's going to eat you up. If you have watched the film Pretty Woman, you need to read Hush Hush because it's like a modern day spin on that film and it's just so fucking incredible and it's so amazing and I love it so much. It's super spicy. It's just everything and more. I'm bringing that up though because Highest Bidder is on par with Hush Hush. This was so fucking good. I love Sarah Kate. I don't talk about her books a ton on my channel, but she's an author that I go to if I'm slumped or if I just need a spicy good fucking time. I actually saw the other day that she's coming out with an FFM novel very soon. That's like a arranged marriage and it's also taboo because the two women are stepsisters. Bitch, I cannot wait to devour that. The Highest Bidder is a part of Sarah Kate's Salacious Club series, which is a companion novel series about different couples, and it's centered around this sex club. Now, if you're an OG sub of mine, it's very similar to the Voyeur series by Fiona Cole, which is why I love it. I've loved every book in the Salacious Club series, but Highest Bidder is one of my favorites. We've got this girl, she is bartending at the Salacious Club, bitch. Yes, she is. And she ends up going on a date with this older man. And he's got money, babe. So, you know, he shows her the high life. But this entire fucking time, he has no idea who she is. She's got some money that has ended up falling into her hands from him. So while she's going on a date with him, she's investigating why the fuck she has this money. Why did he give her this money? And what is his connection to her mother, which is how she's got the money in the first place. The smut was beautiful, baby. It was so steamy and it was just a swoony good time. Like, he is a true billionaire silver fox, wants to take care of his girl, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god, blushing. When She Tempts by Gabriella Sands. Now, girlfriend, if you're a mafia queen like me and you have not read Gabriella Sands, then we have some issues, honey. We have some fucking issues. Gabriella Sands is a banging mafia author. I mean, top tier. She needs more hype. She's fucking incredible. When She Tempts was such a fucking vibe. I actually love the first book in this series more than this one, but this is killer for age gap. So this novel was actually set in Europe. It's set in Italy, which I fucking love, man. I love it. I love when we come across a mafia novel that's set in Europe because it's just fitting. It's like where the fucking mafia came from, you know what I mean? Set in Italy, we've got this girl. She has to go into hiding because her brother's about to take over the mafia, and so she needs to be like off grid because people are going to try and use her against her brother. So her brother teams up her with this older mafia man who works with him and says like, hey, can you just like take my sister away for a bit, protect her and make sure nothing happens to her? He's like, yeah, of course. Like, of course I'll do that. So he takes her and puts her in like a castello in Italy, in like a village, this random village, and it's like just those two. It's like close proximity. I can never say the fucking word. Proximity. Oh my god. The tension is impeccable. Impeccable. Like, you can cut that shit. It's thick. It's in the air. Carrie Cole is much like Jennifer Hartman in the sense that she writes the best taboo age gaps ever. Heartwarming, swoony, sexy times. Like, you cannot get the ick from any of Carrie Cole's books, no matter how taboo she's written them. The Lovely Return is magical. It's one of the most magical age gap books I've ever read. It is the ultimate fucking slow burn. It's a bit lower on the spice rating, but I don't care. The spice that does appear in this book is immaculate. The Lovely Return has one of my favorite tropes ever in it. And just like Older, I'll tell you guys to go into this blind. We have this man who has lost his wife, the love of his fucking life, and he's struggling. His whole world is falling apart. He's falling apart. A young girl ends up forming a relationship with him and kind of just imposes on his life. That's all I'm gonna say. If you do want a spoiler, here's the spoiler right now. Skip past if you just want to go into this blind, but this is a reincarnation trope. Oh my god. So that's why the ick isn't there. There's layers to this story, and Carrie Cole was so mindful of that and wrote this so beautifully. No ick, bitch. If you find an ick in this book, I'm gonna punch you in the face. We have another mafia trope because, again, age gap and mafia paired together, elite. Neva is another banging mafia author, and I love so many books within the Imperfectly Perfect series, but this one was so fucking good. The age gap's about 20, is it 20, over 20 years? I think it's 25 years even. So it's about this girl, her stepbrother, who is much older than her, ends up going to prison for a long time. Okay, something happens when she's a kid, he gets locked up for a long time. During his time in prison, she writes him letters, which he finds is a bit odd because they never had a close relationship when she was younger. They're very separate. Like, he didn't have a lot to do with her when she was a kid. She goes through a lot at school. People treat her differently. She does suffer from vitiligo, which I'd never come across in a romance novel before. So she kind of pen pals her older brother who's in prison, this mafia mob dude, to release what she's going through and kind of distract her mind. She doesn't necessarily tell him that she's getting bullied, but she does kind of, you know, indicate shit at home isn't alright. And when he gets released, and their eyes connect, bitch. Yeah. And the way that Neva wrote his unraveling, so at the beginning of the novel, he's quite, you know, together mentally, but obviously being in prison for so long, being a crazy ass mob dude, he unravels throughout and he shows the heroine these parts of himself. Guys, it's so good. I love this. It's definitely one of my top favorite books from this series. I don't love all of the books in this series, but this was great, and the age gap, again, because it's in this video, was written so fucking well. Before I wrap up this video, I just wanted to mention 2 age gap novels that are on my radar that I'm interested in, and maybe you guys will be interested in them as well. The first one is another Sarah Kate book, Keep Me. So this has been on my radar for quite some time, and I really want to delve into this soon and check it out. I'm sure Sarah will do an amazing job with this. It is a billionaire romance set in Scotland. The book opens up with the heroine breaking into this mansion, and when she's in there, she runs into the billionaire that lives in this mansion. And that's how the story starts. Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose. A couple of people have recommended this to me. It's a cowboy romance. I don't read cowboy romances. Not really. I really don't. I tried Elsie Silver and I didn't really get into them. I don't know why. I'm not a yeehaw girl. But I'm not opposed to reading them. Apparently this is next level good. Like, pure, slow burn. Obviously it's an age gap. I believe the trope is boyfriend's ex-boyfriend's dad or something like that, which is always a banger. It's always a banger. Like, it gives birthday girl vibes. I think this gives birthday girl vibes, but make it cowboy. So this is on my radar as well. I just wanted to throw these in this video just in case you haven't read them and you're interested like I am. If you have read them, let me know in the comments below if you rate them. Well, that is it from me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up and subscribe before leaving if you did. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you next. Bye.